Right now, underneath the noise of your daily life, there's a loop running. A silent cycle of fear. Not just one fear, but three. Fear of impermanence. Fear of separation. Fear of meaninglessness. Each one painful. But together, they create something far more destructive, a loop of suffering that feeds on itself. But you can break it. You can stop it. And when you do, your life opens in a way that's not just peaceful, but powerful. This story is about you. About your pain, your questions, and your way out. Let's walk through it. Imagine a child, maybe 5 or 6 years old. She's standing at the edge of the sea, and suddenly a wave crashes over her sandcastle. She cries. Not because of the water, but because something she loved, something she created, is gone. In that moment, she felt all three fears. She didn't have words for them, but they were there. The loss. The loneliness. The feeling that it didn't matter. You're not that different. None of us are. As you grew older, you learned to hide these fears. You built careers, relationships, identities. But the fears didn't go away. They just went underground. They turned into anxiety. Overthinking. Numbness. A constant low-level dissatisfaction. A hunger for something you can't name. And still, the loop turns. Fear of impermanence tells you everything good will end. So you cling. To people. To moments. To identities. But clinging hurts. So you pull away. Fear of separation tells you you're alone. So you chase connection. But people change. They leave. Or you push them away first. And fear of meaninglessness whispers, none of this matters. So you search. For purpose, for belief, for something to hold on to. And when you don't find it, despair begins. These fears feed each other like fire feeds smoke. Impermanence leads to separation. Separation to meaninglessness. Meaninglessness back to impermanence. And the loop spins faster. But it doesn't have to. Let's pause. Breathe. And look closer. Thousands of years ago, the Buddha saw this loop. He didn't call it that, but he spoke of dukkha, suffering, as something baked into existence. Not as punishment, but as misunderstanding. He said we suffer because we grasp what will pass, resist what we don't want, and confuse what we are. Modern life, with all its noise and rush, only makes this worse. Every app, every ad, every headline whispers to your fear. Stay young. Don't lose. Be seen. Be loved. Be someone. And so the loop tightens. Even pleasure becomes pressure. But what if you saw the loop? Really saw it? That's where philosophers like Heidegger, Simone Weil, or Krishnamurti can guide you. Heidegger spoke of being towards death, the idea that our lives are shaped by the fact they will end. It sounds grim, but it's not. It's clarifying. If you embrace that time is short, you stop wasting it. You stop living borrowed lives. Simone Weil saw the world's pain as a doorway. She wrote that attention, true, raw, open attention, is how we touch grace. Not escape, not distraction. Attention. And Krishnamurti? He shattered illusions. He said, it is no measure of health to be well adjusted to a profoundly sick society. In other words, if the loop is normal, that doesn't mean it's healthy. You've probably felt this. That strange moment of emptiness after achieving something. The fear and closeness. The need to always keep moving. That's the loop. And the only way out is through. So how do you break it? Not with another belief. Not with more control. But with awareness. With courage. And with love. Start by facing impermanence. Don't just accept that things change, feel it. Sit with a memory. A moment you loved that is gone. Let the grief come. But don't run from it. Stay. When you do, something strange happens. The grief softens. What's left is gratitude. Then turn towards separation. Yes, you are alone in some ways. Your mind, your heart, no one can live inside them but you. But that's not the whole truth. You're also connected in ways you've never fully seen. Every breath you take came from a tree. Every smile you've ever felt came from someone else's kindness. You are alone, and never alone. And finally, look at meaninglessness. It haunts you only when you think meaning must be given. But what if meaning isn't a gift? What if it's a creation? Viktor Frankl, a Holocaust survivor and psychiatrist, wrote that meaning is not something to discover but something to create. In your choices. In your courage. In your love. When you do this, when you face the fears instead of fighting them, something unlocks. You stop needing everything to last forever. You start loving more fully. You stop needing others to complete you. You start showing up, real and raw. You stop waiting for someone to give you meaning. You start living with intention. And slowly, the loop begins to break. Yes, fear returns. But now you see it. You name it. And it doesn't control you. In our time, this is radical. In a world of endless noise, choosing stillness is revolutionary. In a culture of chasing more, choosing depth is defiance. In a society of masks, choosing truth is freedom. So let me ask you something. What are you afraid of losing? Who are you afraid to love? What are you afraid doesn't matter? Write it down. Feel it. Then breathe into it. You don't have to run. You don't have to numb. You can face the loop. And when you do, you don't just find peace. You find power. Because the loop of suffering isn't a prison. It's a pattern. And patterns can be seen, understood, and changed. You have that power. You have always had that power. You're not broken. You're becoming. And this is your time. If this story helped you see something inside yourself, don't keep it to yourself. Subscribe to this channel. There's more like this coming, reflections to help you live with depth, with clarity, and with love. We're not here just to escape suffering. We're here to grow through it. To wake up. Together. So stay curious. Stay kind. And stay awake. Because the loop is only a loop. Until you step outside it.